Hello everyone and welcome to today's edition of Talking Winch. Winchester City at home to Mousehole in the Southern Division 1. I am of course joined as always by pre-game here with the Winchester City's football encyclopedia himself, Mr. Peter Keane. At least yours truly, the man of the hour, man with the power, man that's too sweet to be sour, the tower of power himself, the people's support, Mr. Yannick Piatkowski. Afternoon, Pete.
Afternoon, Yannick.
Glorious day.
Oh, fantastic. Spring's on its way, mate. Spring's on its way.
It is on its way. Now, as you just said off camera, it's the 1st of March, amazingly, tomorrow. So where's that gone already? But anyway, before we get into that and all the other bits and pieces, Pete has team news today.
I do indeed, Yannick. So Danny King comes back into the team for Callum Bourne, and Waters drops down to the bench, and we've got Lou Brown in the side. So they're the two changes Davo's made from last week's robbery at Bishop's Cleeve. Still don't know how we lost that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because that was going to be my next point. It took me quite a few days actually to get it out of my system. I'm not going to lie about it, and I think it did as well with Davo because we were chatting to Davo before, and he's brought up something very interesting because we were chatting to him, and he was saying that this is very similar to what happened 4 years ago when we went for promotion then, because we played Cirencester around about the same time, and they weren't exactly, when they beat us, too nice towards us. And he said to us, he goes, "We'll get you in the playoffs," and they did. And you were there, because you texted me that night. And Winchester won after extra time, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, one of my best away days ever with Win City. Yeah, we went there and smashed them 4-1. It was an unbelievable performance. And I always remember one thing that stuck in my mind was before the game, me and Clash were sat in the bar beforehand, and they were all their fans talking about who they were playing on Monday. Well, they had their Monday off, and we played Bristol Manor Farm and won the playoffs. Obviously, we've still got 11 games. A lot can happen between now and then. As long as we make the playoffs, then that'll be great. But that would be rather. Imagine that if it's fated to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, David said to us fate, and I think we're going to say this now is I'm going to keep that in my mind for the next 11 games, because I've got to be honest, there's a part of me, and I know I might be mad here, I don't care if it's home or away, I do want to play Bishop's Cleeve again. I do want to get my own back on them. I'm not going to lie, nothing personal against the club, because I know they do a lot of good stuff, but as a football fan I'm talking about, I just want to get that win.
Well, yeah. Should we try to get past Mousehole first?
yeah, shall we get the next 11 games out of the way?
Would you like me to tell the viewers about their form?
No, I was going to say, we are playing Mousehole today, and all credit to them for making the long trip, by the way. Can I just say that straight away?
Absolutely.
And they're the 13th in the league at the moment, I'm correct?
That is correct, Yannick. Yes, they're 13th in the league. There's not really much chance of them going up, but there's not really much chance of them going down. So they're solid, done well, solid mid-table team. We obviously won 3-1 down there, which was one of my best ever. I don't know, Kev Watkins said saying best Win City weekends away we've had. Current form though is kind of similar to us. It looks like they've only the editor's done his job right. You should see the form guide and the results of the two teams over the past 6 games, and they're sort of they've only won 1 out of 6, so both sides have got similar form. But I back us to end our sort of sticky patch, shall we say, which is I say sticky, but we should have won last week, and how we didn't is beyond me. And
all of us
exactly. And I think we'll get the job done today, and hopefully go on a end of season run.
Yeah, let's hope so. Now then, with our formation today, is it my imagination? I don't know. I forgot to ask over this. Is Lewis Brown being pushed further forward?
From what I can recollect with our conversation with him, yes, I believe that is the case.
Because that is going to be really interesting. Because that boy, I'm going to say something now, has been a revelation since he's come into our team, and he has got pace to burn, which really is good, worries any defender, any kind of football.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, he's been a revelation this season, and hopefully, obviously he had his injury, but he looks like he's back up to speed, and hopefully today he put on a good performance, and Win City will put on a nice smooth performance, which smooth as our car park now.
Yeah, and coming on to that, that's a good clicker. We just want to say thank you to whoever did do the car park work outside here. Is absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. The job they have done has been top rate. Really,
one of our sponsors.
Yes,
the name escapes me. K&N,
something like that.
I apologise. I know they do sponsor the club, but yeah, fantastic job, and that is. It looks great out there, doesn't it?
It does, and I mean. as our sponsor, Visual Sound Disco, actually came over when Wayne came over and spoke to us and said to us how good the car park's now looking. They've done a top draw job. They really have. Right, today we're a little bit short on the ground today because Rob and Kev are off moonlighting in Germany and having fun. Actually, they were in France last night watching a League One game, Strasbourg, actually. And they're off and having fun in Germany, and we'll no doubt hear about that in a couple of weeks' time when we see them next. So it'll either be me and Pete for the next two games, or we'll see who else is about. We may make it a surprise, you never know. But until then, thank you, Pete.
My pleasure.
And we'll speak to you at half-time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello, welcome to the halftime report here on Talking Winch. It's Winchester City 1, Mousehole 1. I have the Alton Salad Dodger here, George Spencer with me. George, how on earth are Winchester not winning this game?
I have no idea.
I know, it's just unbelievable. Well, we took the lead early on. Now, it was a goal from about a yard out, if I'm not mistaken. Now, it was Lewis Brown with a great finish from a yard out. Did he chest it in?
I'm pretty sure he did, yes. That's the way I learned it.
Yeah, he
Anyone way better at it, you think he was offside and Maradona.
Yeah. And then it should have been 2-0 Winchester. Now, this is what happened. Ball goes through. Rafa is in front, but Dan Jones is the one who's taken the ball on and gone round the keeper and put the ball in the back of the net, but the linesman's got his flag up. Now, it wasn't Rafa who touched the ball, it's Dan Jones who's touched the ball.
Not interfering with play, so he should be given.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, the moment after that happened, what happens? Yeah, you can guess it.
Yeah, we batter them, but then there you go, lucky goal, we batter them again. We hit the bar just before half time.
Yeah, so who hit that shot, by the way? Who hit the bar for?
I don't know, I think it might have been Jonesy, maybe?
I think it was Dan Jones, actually. I'll just quickly, I know Pete's just there. Was it Dan Jones who hit the bar, mate? Yeah, it was Dan Jones. Thank you, Pete. Yeah, Dan Jones hit the bar with a very good volley. But yeah, Winchester unlucky not to be winning.
Yes.
So, what would you do differently in the second half, George? What do you think? Because you said to me, just coming off here, it's a bit like playing Championship Manager, this game, or Football Manager, which I can understand what you mean by that.
I'm not sure. I mean, we have already had to make a substitution. Lewis Ross forced off, and that's brought Borney on and moved Bradders into midfield. That might see changes, but maybe what I'd do is bring on Jez Bedford and move Rafa into the middle.
Yeah, I can see that. Actually, saying that, it's funny you should bring that up, because we found out beforehand Rafa prefers to play on the left-hand side of the three, because he then playing in the middle. Me and Pete asked the question to Davo on just before the game, but it just seems to me Winchester today need 3 points today. Because we were discussing before, weren't we?
Shaftesbury are winning, Cleaver winning.
Exactly, yeah. So we need the 3 points here today. And Pete's face says it all. No, you just said what you just said. So yeah, we definitely need 3 points today, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, well, brilliant. Okay, thanks for that, George. Thanks for half time. We're going to see Pete again at full time, hopefully with a win, I hope.
Yeah.
And we'll see you then. Thanks for your help, George, today.
You're welcome.
See you later. Hello, welcome to the full-time report here on Talking Winch. It's finished Winchester City 3, Mousehole 2. I say Winchester don't do anything by half. Blimmin' Henry, another exciting end to the game here. Much needed 3 points for Winchester City. Pete Keane joins me again. God almighty, my nerves aren't going to make it through the end of the season, Pete.
Yeah, well, at least today we had a better outcome than last week, and a deserved win, I must add.
Yes, definitely deserved.
But again, we thought it was going to be deja vu, talking about what could have been, but fortunately not, and we've got over the line. And to be honest, we should have won by more, but we've won. We've had a little bit of a sticky patch, and hopefully we're now going on a run, and psychologically that's good. We've got 3 points in the bag, and hopefully we can push on from here.
Exactly, and a big shout out also today. Goal scores. Now we've had to get through this. Didn't realise that. Let's go from the start. Dan Jones put us 2-1 up. Good finish from a narrow angle, underside off the bar. Even though Seb said he spooned it in, but that's another matter altogether. And they then equalised. And now, this is the thing about their equaliser. We didn't realise this until Stu Finley, club legend, told us that their shot deflected off our player after, Tommy Scott saved the first shot, then deflected off our player to leave it to their player who had an open goal, which is really unfortunate. It just seems where our luck's going at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, and it sort of just sees, like you say, seems how the luck's going, and you just think, God, we've been the better team again, and it's like suddenly we're 2-2. We should have been outside at half time, but fortunately, we did get a bit of luck. And,
you did, and that came with our third goal. Now we weren't sure if it was Brad Waters, but I got a funny feeling it was an OG because the ball's coming from the right hand side. It's taken a flick off one of their defenders, and the keeper's just lost it. And I think Brad Waters has just hoped it over the line, but it was already over the line.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure Brad will try and claim it, but yeah,
I wouldn't blame him.
No, absolutely bundled in. The defender won't want it, but yeah, and maybe that's the bit of luck that we need to sort of turn our fortunes and like you say, start go on a run now and get back to winning ways, and that's important today. And at this stage of the season as well, performance is great, but winning.
Result is more.
We're nearly into March, and this is the
business end,
as they say, of the season. Yeah. So yeah, a win's a win. Get in and roll on Falmouth next week.
Yeah. Really chuffed with the win. I thought it was well deserved. Thought we played some lovely stuff at times. Very unfortunate with the one offside was absolutely never ever offside. Crazy decision. Would have been 2-0, probably a different game. They almost go immediately up the other end, score. So kind of how our luck's been. So we fought back from that. Well, and it ends up looking like quite a tight game. But we've had 2 goals disallowed, hit the bar or post 3 times, I think. Countless saves from their goalkeeper and scored 3 goals. So probably the most chances and shots on goal we've had for a long time. As I said, against a good side who plays some good football. They do, leave themselves exposed a bit by the way they play, but that kind of causes you a problem as well. So yeah, all in all, really pleased with the result. Good to get back to winning ways. We had to find a way to win. We've got over the line. Good impacts from various people, off the bench, and the new signings we've had are starting to bed in and playing some good stuff. Again, we're unfortunate Lewis Ross gets injured because he's been outstanding, but hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, we're looking forward to the next game now. So yeah, great result. Really pleased. I'm sure you all have had a much better weekend for that, and it's much nicer for me to come on here and say something positive. But we're not going to get overly excited. The same way I was trying not to get too deflated when we were on a bad run. We've got to do the same when we get a win. We need to back that up now. Tough game at Falmouth next week, but one we're looking forward to. Out the Winch.
Yeah, and that's a massive trip down there, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully good luck to Winchester City. Unfortunately, Talking Winch will not be there, unfortunately, which is a shame. But good luck to Winchester City. Bring back 3 points, and we will be back for the Larkhall game, which is here on the 14th of March.
Yes.
Yeah, we will be back for that one. So good luck to Winchester City, and we'll get Davo to send over a comment. And but until next time, as always, thank you for Pete Slade for his work, helping us out as always, and as well for the Alton Salad Dodger George for helping us out at half time. And as always, tune in next time. Well, we'll be 2 weeks next time actually. For same Winch time, same Winch channel. Up the Winch. Take care.